Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and a very good day. I am Zahiraniza Mustaffa from Civil Engineering Department. So today I would like to share the experience of transformative teaching and learning conducted for a civil engineering material course. So what are the facts about the course? So the course is a 2 credit hours offered in September 2019 semester. So it's a reading course, a lot of theories, which students prefer to simply read by themselves at home or in the room without the need to attend the lecture. So this has been the challenge. So how do we make it fun? So that's the challenge. But then, after this course, since it's just 2 credit hours, in the next coming semester, they will be doing the lab 1, Civil Engineering Lab 1. But we have to make sure that whatever we teach them now are to be conducted in the practical manner in the next coming semester. So how ready are the students? So the approach that I have adopted, transformative teaching and learning, I define as the following. Number 1, to transform the normal active learning into a more dynamic activity. Number 2, these are engineers in the making, so they have to get dirty, and this is concrete. You cannot be so clean in concrete class. So they have to get dirty, but since this is not going to be a lab course, so it has to be conducted within short time. So that's the dynamic, that's the fun. And we want to allow the students to see the failures. There's so many things by theories, we say this and that, but sometimes it's just too perfect. But in this course, let them feel the failures, because from failure, they will learn so much more. And then we want to inculcate the love towards civil engineering courses, because this one is one of the earlier classes before they start to design the real civil engineering concrete structures, the building. Last but not least, how do we make it dynamic and how do we make it fun? So I believe I transform the course, the teaching and learning, into explore and race. Short time, but they have to make it fast. They're going to explore race. That is the explore race. And then by this course name, I name it as Explore Crit Race, Concrete. So the explore race is not new. People have been seeing a lot of explore race in TVs. And surprisingly, around the world, everything is being explored in different ways. So why not try to have a concrete mixed design, do it in the lab, explore race type within a day. So within a day, they will have to do all this mixed design. So this in front of you is the hardened explore-crit race concrete cubes, for example. Why is important? Yes, because on the next figure, this is the real building that they have to face when they graduate as a civil engineer. So that's so important. A little bit about this explore-crit race. So it's supposed to be for 2 weeks, because the first week is about design, 2-hour course in that lecture. So they will have to they will have to do a lot of mixed design. They will have to do it in a team. And then in the next week, when the concrete is hardened, they will have to identify the strength of the concrete. So it's a project, group-based activity conducted in a day, 2 hours. When they will be given this handout first to be read, to be prepared, because I would just give them all the materials. They have to calculate first the math. They do the equations, they do the computation on how much concrete, on how much aggregate, on how much water they need. So that's a lot of thinking prior to the course, prior to the activity. So the mode of activities are, they've got to do the mixing, calculation to be done before. Then when they are on that day of event, do the mixing, concrete mixing in the lab. So that is the practical component. After that, I will have to ask them to present what they experience. And then, along the way, the good thing is that there were failures taken place by default, by their own mistakes. So they learned and they computed back. So that is the awesome part. Okay, mapping back with the course learning outcome. So in this course, there are 3 CLOs, CLO 1, 2, 3. Number 1 is explain the nature and performance of civil engineering materials, which have been found to the choice of materials that I have just put there. I put that in random, so they have to know which one would be good, which one would be too much to be used, which one would be too less to be used. So what is the advantage and disadvantage of each material will have to be predetermined before the 2-hour event. CLO2 is about design. They have to design the ordinary cement concrete mixtures. So I just give them all the materials, like I said. You do the mix. How much aggregates you want, how much cement you want, up to you. It's just by your own choice. But with good theories and understanding, they can do it. So that is the second one to be tested. So this would be the mix design. Okay. ClO3 is about finding the strength. Of course, civil engineering structures, everything has to be very strong. So in this concrete mix, they will have to identify in the next week when the concrete has been hardened for 7 days, that's the minimum, they have to see what is the concrete strength of their cubes. So that will be coming to the lab again in a team, try to break it. So this time they will break it, find the failure. So that is ClO3. That the winner of the best, strongest would be chosen. So this is how they were in the lab. Very busy day. 2 hours, it was like a race. They got to go to one section, pick up the materials, weight them, find the right instrument to be used, do the concrete mixing, and I have GAs to explain a little bit if they need it. So around the time, I will just be moving around to evaluate at each section. How did they do? How did they encounter? And how did they solve the problems? That's a lot of activities within that time. And the best part, that this is the rubric of marking. So this is the list of students. So how did I mark them? So I mark them by this. The mixed design calculation is over 10. The fresh concrete tests, there were several tests. We're going to see which one did they do and whether they did it right. So it's over 5. The hardened concrete test, because they have to find the winner, so it's a little bit more, 25 marks. The presentation, everything is about communication skills, right? So they have to present. And the best part is that I give away all the prizes to them in terms of books. So that is the best part that they got, and they become very excited. Impact to them. So I tried to compare the performance between the semester that I taught, which was September 2019, and the previous semester which I was not teaching, that was May 2019. So this is the distribution. So in 2019 there were 24 students, while September 33. So when comparing both, I found out the worst case score for September was C here, while in May it had been a D. So this one was better during my semester. The mean score for overall was 77.5, while the mean score for this semester was 70.34. That was the mean score. And the median score for overall was 77.12 here, while the mean score for the May semester was 70.20. This one was taken from the final year and cumulative results prepared by the AE. And they have given me some reflection qualitatively. Qualitatively, they say, hey, they're able to enhance understanding based on the lecture content, which is good. They're able to adapt the theories into laboratory application, which is good. They were able to inculcate the team spirits and working under pressure. Of course, it's too much pressure, 2 hours. And they were able to improvise if sudden failures had taken place in their concrete mix. So they just tried to troubleshoot immediately. Okay, just put some more aggregates, put some more of this and that. So they had that tendency, which is good. On my side, I that is what I want them to experience. So impact to the lecturer, impact to me, and how about the society? The society here would be our domain of UTP. So I had prepared one COP organized by CITAL, and at that semester my performance for this course was not so bad, 4.63 over the score of 5. So with that, I thank you for listening. That is how my experience on transformative teaching and learning for a civil engineering material course. Assalamualaikum.